family, money, this a triple threat. Really started with nothing, had to manifest. If you don't know your worth, they gon' give you less. Why they envy me? Cause I'm the best. MVP. My legacy is how they remember me. And I know success brings your enemies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Triple Threat Podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Chris Bruce.
Vic Gurley, MVP Vic.
Brian Keys, a.k.a. VEEKAY609, BK.
All right, so everybody's been freaking wondering, how did this even podcast come to fruition? How did the Triple Threat actually get formed?
Penthouse. Shout out to Penthouse.
Right, calamari.
Shout out to Penthouse, man. I think it was just out random night club, and then we decided to say, let's go get some food. It was funny because I had to convince.
As a matter of fact, we were at Lit.
Yeah, it was a Thursday night.
Lit. Shout out to KP.
Yes,
Love you, the greatest.
Absolutely.
We were at Lit.
And no, it was funny because I don't know if it was you I had to convince or Vic.
It's probably me.
That they had good food.
Nah, it was Vic.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I can only eat certain stuff. Salad.
Right.
Hate you.
Shout out to the vegans out there. But so we went to Penthouse over a steak and whatever he was eating. And we talked about business as usual.
Hold on, you're not going to disrespect the calamari and not
The calamari was
calamari.
fire. Oh,
everybody knows calamari.
It was fire. Nah, definitely. The calamari. Shout out to Penthouse. Whoever's the cook, the chefs, we love y'all. All right. So, over some calamari, steak, whatever Vic was eating, vegan. We talked about business because I don't like hanging around with nobody I ain't making no money with. I don't know. There's something about it. And I know y'all guys, y'all were stand-up guys. We had great conversations. Mm-hmm. All y'all had, your businesses and hustles that y'all already had going on. And got to talking, and then, boom, it was like, you know what? We need to take this a little bit further.
Let's get this money.
Let's get this money together.
And the crazy thing about it is, you were the one that kept, you were on our heads, bro.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody knows Vic is the one that would really be on my ass, bro. But Chris was like, yo, what y'all gonna do, man? When you do this, he's like, we gonna do. He just kept saying, look, I gotta play for y'all. I gotta play for us. Mm-hmm. And then we finally put it together. So we are.
Yeah.
About to make it happen. Or making it happen.
Because the thing about it is for me, and correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Maybe y'all know some people like this. A lot of times people hang around with people and they may be successful or whatever, but they don't like to share plays with nobody.
Yes.
Why is that? Why is that why is that the thing with black men? We don't like to share gems and games with other people. Why y'all think?
I don't think you can say we, because I'm not in that category. If you ask me questions, I will answer them.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to sharing information with anybody, but a lot of people are like that. They want to be the alpha male of their group. They don't want to share, they want to be, I'm the one with all the bread. I'm the one that make all the money, you know what I'm saying? Look up to me versus being able to sit down at a table and everybody is doing amazing.
I think it's fair competition.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have no competition, you don't got to work as hard, right?
Right.
You get some more competition, you got to go hard.
Right?
A lot of people ain't willing to do what it takes to, we got to step it up a level.
Right.
Absolutely.
So you bring somebody else in, now you got to step your game up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nah, definitely. That makes it, you know what? Something that Dame Dash said, never forget this, man. He said, the reason why you want your crew to be making money is because if everybody got money, then you could be each other's crushes if one person fall off.
Yeah.
Vic got money. Brian got money. If I fall off, I can take a piece of yours, get back on my feet.
All right.
But if I'm the only person with money and I fall off, everybody's done.
And I've been there. I have been that guy. Big fish in a small pond.
Oh man, it's crazy.
In addition to that, make sure you with people that think that same way. And they're like, yo, you my bro. If you need it, I got you. And it's no questions asked. I don't need to know what you need it for. I don't need to know when you're going to get it back. I don't even know you're going to get it back. Just, I know you got me if some something pop off. So, and I think that's one thing that we the three of us have connected on.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we haven't been in that situation.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure.
We only going up.
Chris.
Yeah, we only going up.
Chris, I need 100 racks. Can I hold it? Chris,
Hey, I need to hold it.
Just let me know when.
Yeah.
Nah, so we talk about let's talk about what we do, because like a lot of people, they see us online and stuff, right? They wonder like, what are we doing? What do y'all do to make money? And everybody has different things that we do, you know, at the end of the day, right? And so for me, I do a lot of stuff. I'm real estate. Most people know me from real estate. I mean, I have different businesses, of course, but what my main business is today is internet marketer. I sell products online, teach people how to invest in real estate. Got a couple of different things that's coming out in the future. But I show people how to make money online, right? How to actually go out and invest in real estate, doing it virtually. And it's been a very, very, very profitable business. What I'm trying to get both of these guys in is in the online money.
Absolutely.
But what about you, Brian?
Well, actually, I'm gonna let Vic go first because I'm the one that's not the full entrepreneur.
It don't matter though.
No, I'll go next.
Because listen, think about this. I want people to know that's watching this. Even though you're not a full-time entrepreneur, most people start part-time.
Right.
You're making good money.
Absolutely.
Right. So the thing about it is that somebody that's watching this podcast right now wants to know how can they start off part-time.
Oh, facts.
Right.
So, like I said earlier, I'm the one that's not a full entrepreneur. I have a career. You know, I'm 38, so I can retire at 53. So it's gonna be real hard for me to let that go. You know, I got that guaranteed money, you know, and but I wanted additional streams of income.
Right.
You know, a lot of people were hit by COVID hard, and you know, I was fortunate enough not to be, but I still had the mindset of, what if I was? What would I have done? What would I do? Like, you know, what could I do differently? So that's how I fell into let me see how I can make extra money. So I fell into the Turo thing, you know, started doing my research on it, and, you know, put my personal vehicle out there first to see how things would go, and everything's been up since then. And then, you know, Vic will talk to you about the Airbnb and you know, property rental thing, but you know, he put me on that, so I slid into that, and so everything's been up.
You got a fleet of cars. Like, how many cars you got on tour?
I have 5.
5 cars. Wow, that's amazing.
Well, 4. 1, I was like, this is my baby, so I'm not putting this on there. But now I'm like, I bought a brand new. I'll put some miles on it. Okay, it can go on tour now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's going on there. It'll be up there soon.
All right. Well, me, people just know. I don't think people know me for anything in particular, other than just being a hustler. I have multiple businesses. I have an IT business, landscaping. I'm in Turo and Airbnb. So I would say my most lucrative right now is Airbnb. So I started that a couple years ago. Got tired of doing traditional leasing. Had tenants messing up the houses, you know, a lot of repair work. And it's a lot less money than what Airbnb is.
Right.
So, yeah, the first one took off. So I said, I'm not doing traditional leases. No more tenants.
Yeah. Right.
All Airbnb. And I just kept building from there. And now I'm at the point where I'm ready to start teaching other people how to do that same thing,
Dope.
how to attain that wealth. Because people see, I'm pretty transparent when it comes to like numbers, results, because numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie, man. And women lie, but numbers don't.
Indeed. And that's what people like to see. People want to see results. People want to know that it's real.
Right.
So, I mean, anybody that's followed me on social media, you've seen like the numbers it's done. It's been pretty good. So I've had plenty of people like, all right, I need to learn how to do this.
Right.
Facts.
And so that's where I'm at now. Course in the works is coming soon. So yeah, I plan on creating a lot of millionaires.
I love it.
And I got to piggyback off of that. Like, he was talking to me about Airbnb, and I was like, bro, I don't know about buying a house and hoping somebody gonna bring it and pay the rent, but I will tell you this. I'm not gonna talk about numbers a lot. We share our first one, well, not our first, my first one.
Yeah.
I shared with him what we had for the month, babe. What's the number? 1 month. What is it?
The first month was like don't give me a line.
It's a little over 5 stacks. 1 month.
Sheesh.
One.
There's not one single family rental home that pay that much money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Period.
So that's
You know, I typically average 2.5 to 3 times whatever the mortgage is.
That's dope. That's dope. So, one thing though is that for me, I want to talk about like what made all of us became entrepreneurs, right? There's so many different things you can do. It's not easy, obviously, becoming an entrepreneur. People put that word out a lot, but you're not an entrepreneur until you. The real definition of an entrepreneur, I don't have it in front of me right now, but it's basically someone that goes up and gives a piece of their money for a bigger stake. So you're putting up and investing some of your money to get to another level of, making more money, basically. Let me see if I can put the definition up real quick, because a lot of people talk about, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, but they've never put no money up. You know what I'm saying? And if you really have never put any type of money up before, you're not an entrepreneur.
facts.
All of us collectively around this table have invested in something.
All right. Definition of entrepreneur. A person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on greater than normal financial risk in order to do so.
See? Taking on greater than financial risk. And so some people are entrepreneurs. They want to be entrepreneurs, right? But they ain't put no money in it. But for me, maybe want to be an entrepreneur is I want to own my own time. Freedom. My one word is freedom. For me, I was like, I don't want to work for somebody. I want to be able to go to at the time when I first started, my daughter's ceremonies, I honor roll and things like that. They had those ceremonies in the middle of school, knowing people at work. But luckily, I made enough money. I was able to quit my job and do it full time. It's been freaking 12 years, but I just want to have my own time. That was my biggest thing. Is like money comes and goes, right? Time, your biggest asset, you can't get it back. So that was the reason why I became an entrepreneur. It's for my time and it's for my daughter. Now I have a son, so it's for both of them. But let's go around the room for you, Vic. What would you say? Why was the reason why you became an entrepreneur?
Mine is pretty much the same. Time, freedom. When I made the decision to go 100% entrepreneurship, I was working a government job, doing IT work. 12 hours a day. I had a newborn son. My son was with me from the hospital. So I would wake up in the morning, drop him off, go to work, 12 hours, get off, pick him up on the way home, get him ready for bed, grab whatever I could to eat, go to bed, and I wake up and do it all over again.
Wow.
It got old fast.
Yeah.
So I got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm coming in here, I'm spending more time in here than I am with my son.
Right.
So I said something's gotta change. So randomly one day I was sitting in my office, pulled up Microsoft Word, started typing up a resignation letter. Dropped it off when I left. I gave him 2 weeks. I thought about just, not coming back, but it's a little different. I had to do a lot of extra stuff to check out. But,
Gotcha.
So yeah, gave him my 2 weeks and never looked back since. And it's the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah. So before we hear from Brian, because I'm asking the same exact question. Tell me a big purchase you made since being an entrepreneur that you couldn't afford if you just worked just a job.
True. Big purchase. I would say
Or it don't even necessarily be big, but just something that you like, you know what?
cars.
There you go.
I bought a truck right after, and I bought 3 cars to put on Turo as well in like a week and a half.
Wow.
How you do it?
So if you had a job, you would have did that.
Nah, I had to do that.
I feel that. All right, so Brian, why did you become an entrepreneur? I mean, you have a great career, making good money. Retirement is already secure. However, you said still, I want to be able to make some extra income. Why?
For me, I've always wanted more.
Okay.
I've always been the type of person to set a goal, and before I reached that goal, I would push the goal post further back when I got closer to it, to push myself. And I've been lucky. I'm not gonna say lucky because I have worked hard.
Listen, man, he's been lucky, y'all. This dude been making 100 grand since 21.
Facts. I've had some great opportunities. Funny story. One day I was interning, and I was interning for the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC, which if you don't know what that is, it's the people that insures your banks. I was interning for them, and I was in a car with. I was in DC, so we were doing like a ride share type of situation. Somebody was in the car with me, and we were just talking, and in that conversation, she was like, "You know what? You seem like a great young man. I think you'd be perfect for our organization." I said, "All right, well, cool. I got a job. I'm doing all right." She said, "Just give me your resume, and I'm gonna see what I can do." And 2 weeks later, I'm putting in my 2 weeks notice for my current job at FDIC to go work for them.
Wow.
And that's kind of how my employment situations have been. It's always been, I'll go somewhere, people will rock with my personality and how I work hard and how I am with people, and offer different opportunities or better opportunities for me. But again, it's not like I didn't work for it. It wasn't given to me. I started off the same way you did, cutting grass at 10, 11, 12 years old for $10, $15 a yard, and bagging groceries at the commissary for $2 or $3 per person. But, I've just been fortunate enough to fall into good situations from the way I treat people and how I talk to people. But again, I've always wanted more.
Right.
My parents didn't go to college. A lot of people in my family didn't. I think out of my entire family, only like maybe 5 of us went to college. And we're talking, y'all got families, you know how it goes. We're talking 50, 60 people. But like I said, I've just always wanted more. And I'm like, I think that even though I have this job, I want more. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do without thinking twice about it. If I want to go on a trip, I don't want to be looking at my bank account saying,
Right.
this is going to savings, this is going here, this is going here, this is going here. you know, and the other part is the time thing, like you guys mentioned, being able to invest time into your children is probably the biggest thing. Like, you know, people don't know. I mean, if you look on my IG, you'll see certain stuff. But I was my daughter's soccer coach.
Oh, wow. Hold on. You play soccer for her?
No. That's the other. I've never played soccer in my life. But when the question came to me, it was like, hey, you know, I started off when she was in 7th grade. I started off as her assistant coach.
Okay.
You know, well, actually, it wasn't even assistant coach. I was the strength and conditioning coach.
Mm.
You know, I go to the gym a little bit. You know, I couldn't be better, but I go from here, you know, from time to time.
Right,
so they saw me when I would come pick her up and stuff like that. Like, hey, can you help with conditioning? So I would just come out there and make them run. Run. And then I would just think of crazy drills to make them do. When they did it, they liked it. It was like, Coach B, we want you to come back. So
we had to do suicides.
Well, it was something like suicide.
Okay.
It was, you know, some crazy stuff where I would throw a ball out there and make 2 people go get it, and whoever didn't get it first, you got to do a suicide. You got to run down to the fence and run back. My daughter hated me and loved me all at the same time. But I just think that entrepreneurship creates those opportunities to where you're able to invest more time into your family and create more time.
Right.
And create more experiences. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I want to go to the club and turn up. I want to do that too. But I also want to go on these trips and I want to show my daughter things. I don't want her to ever, you know, ask for something or, you know, again, not that she doesn't need to work for anything, because she does. When she comes to my house, she knows what's good.
Yeah.
You gotta mop the floors, you gotta wipe the counters, you gotta walk the dogs, you gotta wash the dogs, you know what I'm saying? But I still give her what she wants. And she's earned it. She's a good kid, you know, and I think that being an entrepreneur helps with that. Being able to provide for your family and add extra opportunities that you may not be able to do if you've got that structured 9 to 5 or where I gotta
Or
go.
just strict income.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I'm lucky enough that my career is pretty flexible. So if I need to do something and be somewhere I can be, again, like I said, I was her soccer coach. I was there in every game.
Yep.
And, you know, shout out to them because they never made it anywhere, but made it to the championship. You know, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot my horn. They made it to the championship. And Pops was the coach, you know. But yeah, so that's why I did. I've always wanted to own my own business. You know, I've always wanted to, like a couple of my friends will tell you, I've always talked to friends about, I want to own an exotic car dealership in Miami. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Toro is the first step in that direction for me. It's a baby step because it's payments I'm already used to making, and you know, stuff like that. So I could go on forever.
No, I love it.
But I'm stop and go on to the next question.
I love it, man. I love it. So, you know, on this entrepreneur journey, right? Not journey of life, honestly. Unfortunately, everybody's not going to be proud for you. Everyone's not going to be happy for your success. They're not going to be cheering from the bleachers, right? You got some doubters, haters, all of that comes with it. That's what we wanted to share with the people that's watching this, that unfortunately, I tell people, listen, don't go share your dream aspiration with other people. The biggest way to kill a big dream is to share it with a small thinking person.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I learned that early on, is that my big dream, I can't share that with a small thinking person because first off, it's not their dream, it's mine. Right? And so on this journey, I had people that doubted me that was close to me. You know, shout out to my mom, retired her this year. My mom didn't always have faith in me. My mom didn't always believe in what I was doing, right? And, you know, luckily my business has grown to the point where she's been able to retire at 60. She doesn't work ever a day in her life. But even past women I've dealt with, you know, just people, even some of my friends. I remember before I quit my job, I was doing real estate, nothing else, just straight real estate, flipping properties. This was during the recession. I remember telling a coworker that said, listen, I'm getting ready to quit my job in a couple weeks. And I'm gonna do real estate full time. She said, Chris, that's the dumbest thing you would ever do. Why would you leave a job that's paying you $12 an hour and go into real estate when the real estate market is crashing? No one's buying houses. And I thought, like, you know what, I'm sharing this with a person that's gonna work a job for the rest of their life.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact is, like, listen, real estate, two things that people are always gonna need: a car and a house. So real estate is never going to go anywhere. At the end of the day, there's just things that change. You gotta know your strategy. And the strategy that I was doing, which is wholesaling, would never go away. It actually works in both up or down market.
Yeah.
So coworkers was doubting me. My own mom was doubting me. Friends were doubting me. But I went all in. I tell people there's 2 days as an entrepreneur. It's the day you start, the day you decide to go all in. The day I decided to go all in is when I had the most doubters, right? And now some of those doubters, some of those actually bought my course. And some of them actually signed up to my course.
You got a job.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, I mean, I want to hear from y'all because, like I said, for me, it was even close people. And I had enough, the mindset, I would say, to the fact that it didn't let me, like, deter. Because some people I know that take them out the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had a girlfriend and wife and husband, and they're like, all right, you know what? She probably right. He probably right. I don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So for y'all, you know what I'm saying? I started with Vic. Who's somebody kind of in your life or you knew was kind of like doubting some type of business thing you were going into, a venture, also entrepreneurship, whatever?
So I have a few. I start with a circle of who I thought were my friends. And I would always, I mean, just like I still do it now. I always, whenever I have ideas, I put them out there to my circle.
Okay.
And I remember one time in particular, I was discussing real estate, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, real estate cool." So I said, "Man, let's link up." It was like a Sunday afternoon. Everybody was like, "Cool." That Sunday afternoon came. Oh, I'm going on this boat with these girls. Oh, I was supposed to go on this date with this girl. Hey, I'm going to this day party. So everybody's priorities was different. So I was like, all right, cool. I did my due diligence to try to put people on. But that's when I realized that the people that were around me didn't have the same vision, didn't have the same mentality.
Right.
So if I stuck around, I would have ended up just like them. You hang around 9 crackheads, you're gonna end up being a 10.
Don't try that crack.
Like, so, and then another was, I remember when I left my job for good. It was in the middle of the pandemic. And everybody thought I was crazy.
I can see that though.
It's like, and I'm talking like, folks still quarantined.
Right.
But
people going all on unemployment and things like that. You got employment.
Yep. And I was making good money.
Right.
But I bet on myself. And I always will, always have, always will. I work better under pressure. Like when I put that job was a safety net.
Right.
Take that away, now I gotta make it happen. And I got a newborn son now. I got another mouth to feed.
Right.
So, I mean, it was people that I was working with was like, you sure you wanna do this?
Yeah.
My supervisor at the time, hey, you know, I'll put in a good word, you know, in case you change your mind and you want to come back.
Facts.
My response, with all due respect, I will sell everything I have before I ever go back to working for another man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. I said it respectfully. But, I mean, so it was, I've heard doubters my entire life. I mean, even family. I leave it at
Okay.
even family. So
You can go on and on for that, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
we ain't gonna get
We
that.
not
That's a deep hole.
Yeah, man. I feel you on that. Because for me, like you said, I've had doubters all my life. And I just took that as motivation to just do better and push forward. Like if you told me I couldn't do something, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna show you.
Right.
I'll never forget, right? So when I went to college, right, I was like me and a couple of my homeboys, we started doing the club promoting thing, passing out flyers.
Oh no, you was a club promoter too, bro?
Club promoter. But like bottom level promoter, like the nigga that's putting the flyers on your windshield.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. For $50 in free entry into the club. I was one of them dudes, right?
Wow.
And my GPA literally dropped 2 points every semester.
Dang.
To the point where I got suspended for a semester, right?
Mhm.
And I remember like it was yesterday. I'm not gonna say who, but it was a family member that was like, "You're a failure. You ain't gonna never be shit." And I swear to God, I know you're not supposed to swear to God, but I swear to God, that lit a fire under me. And I said, all right, I'm gonna show you. And they were like, yeah, your brother, he's the athlete, he's doing, my younger brother.
Okay.
Shout out to my little brother, Derek. Great dude. He was like, he's gonna be the one. He's gonna make it to the NFL, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna be looking up to him. I said, okay. Thank you. I needed that.
Yeah.
And when I came back to school, my GPA went 3.4, 3.6, 3.8, 4.0.
Wow.
And then I graduated and I started my first government job, making $50,000 at, I don't know, 19, 20. No, it was about 20, 21.
That's like that Drake line.
Yeah.
Haters thought I fell off. I needed that.
And then literally 6 months later, like you mentioned earlier, 100K at 21.
Wow.
You feel me? And I literally used the naysayers to like motivate me to light that flame. I go, word, you don't think I can do it?
Yeah.
Cool. Even in my career, I had a different job and I left that job to do what I'm doing now.
Right.
And people were like,
Nah.
this is a complete career change for him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can make it. Like you left this good job. I was a GS-13 in the government.
Okay.
And at, how old was I then? I don't remember. But anyway, the point is, they were like, I don't know if he can make that switch. I said, all right, I'm gonna show y'all.
Right.
I can show you better than I can tell you.
Thanks.
And that's where I am today. But again, like I feel like the negative energy is always what motivates me.
Gotcha.
You know, even with Toro and all the other stuff where people are like, yo, I mean, you sure you want to put your name out there for credit for it? Or, you know, is that what you really want to do? Like, I wouldn't. I'm going to show you.
Yep.
I'm going to find a way. I have always been a I'm going to find a way type person in my life. And I'm not going to act like I haven't been in situations. I have. We all have.
We all have. Yeah.
You know, I can never forget the day when I was literally living check to check, shuffling stuff, trying to make stuff happen for my family.
Yeah.
But it didn't stop there. I mean, I'm like, okay, cool. We struggling. We got to get this money. You know, but my family never really knew that I was struggling because I always made it happen.
Gotcha.
You know, I'll never forget the time when I was working 2 jobs. Like working my 9 to 5, leaving my 9 to 5 and working 6 to 10.
I remember those days too.
Coming home tired, but I had to make sure my family was good.
Right.
You know, I had to make sure that they didn't have a worry. They never worried about what was happening because I always did what it took to make it happen.
That's dope.
You know, and after that, you know, it was another similar situation where I was working 9 to 5 on the weekend and working I'm sorry, 9 to 5 during the week, and then working 6 to 2 on the weekend. So I was missing cookouts and all that. Mad as hell.
Yeah.
But again, my family wasn't going to have without.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to make sure everybody was good.
Yeah.
So again, please tell me I can't do it.
Please.
I want you to.
We welcome the haters.
I welcome it because you tell me I can't do it, I'm going to make sure I do it.
Definitely. I love it.
So
yeah, that's what's up, man. You know, and listen, some people that were doubting me at the end of the day, I understand. I was messing up a little bit, right? I didn't have things together. Quick story. I remember, I'll never forget this day. This was around July 2010. I quit my job May 7, 2010. I didn't even give a 2-week notice. I just walked out, left.
yeah, with the screw you guys, I'm going home.
All right, I'm out. So, anyways, around July 2010, I ended up I never forget this day. I was in my mom's house. I broke up with my daughter's mom, moved back with my mom. I'm like 25, 26-ish or something. Living back with my mom on the couch, right? So I had a BMW, a little 3 Series or whatever. I think it was, I don't know, 3 Series, something like that. Got my daughter in my hand. I'm on the phone with my best friend Dennis at the time, right? And all of a sudden I hear something. I'm like, what? So I go to the window. I look out the window and I see the tow truck towing my BMW. Like, literally my car. So I'm on the phone with him. He's like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, bro, he's taking my car. I said, bro, let me call you back, dog. Hang up the phone. Go out. Give my daughter to my sister. Go outside. Like, all right, get with your financial company, you get your stuff, whatever, you get your car back. I knew damn well that car was gone. No cap. I had a box of Magnum condoms in the car. I said, just let me get my condoms. I probably won't even use them. Just let me get those, please. I appreciate it. Picked those joints up, and I knew from that day that car was gone. But even though I didn't have a car now, I knew that I still need to keep pushing. My mentor taught me that, listen, don't be so attached to possessions. You might lose some of those on your journey. However, keep working on building and things like that, and you're going to get stuff going. Literally from July to November, I worked my butt off, hustle, grind, got stuff going. Finally, deals started closing a little bit more consistently. And then I won. My mentor had a contest for a software he was launching. I won a MacBook Pro. I won free software, free access to the software for lifetime, which was $3,000. And I won a Hummer, H2 Hummer, wrapped with my whole company. We buy houses.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Never won anything. It felt like I won the lotto. And then in 2011, I made my first 6 figures in real estate. It was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anybody that's watching this, just understand, like, listen, everybody around this table, they went through struggles, even though, people like Brian has been making 100 grand since 21. We've all had our struggles. And regardless of the fact is that we understand that we put our head down and get to work. We put our back against the wall and get to hustling. We're not letting those things deter us or stop us. A lot of people, they go over one hump. They see one roadblock and they stop.
Fact.
We don't do that.
Agreed. So listen, you talked about, you mentioned kids.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, one, as we said before, I'm not 100% entrepreneur. I've got a career. I'm doing entrepreneurship. And I have a kid. So it's a little different for me than it is for you two because my kid is 14. So, and I'm not going to BS and act like I have her all the time. I don't, but I do have her, and I'm not going to say enough. Every day would be enough for me because she's an amazing kid. But, you know, I got to give props to her mom. Her mom does a great job with her. You know, she takes great care of her. And, you know, we co-parent well. But my daughter's 14. So being an entrepreneur / career man with her is pretty easy. She's old enough to where I can leave her alone. I don't got to worry about her doing nothing crazy. You know, she might. she might hop on the phone or on a FaceTime phone call with a little boy or something, you know. That's another conversation. You know? I mean, I'm not gonna act like she's not a great kid. She does what she's supposed to do.
Right.
So I don't really have to worry about her. I can leave her alone and stuff like that. And, you know, hell, she helps me. She'll help clean the house and stuff like that, like I said earlier. And I mean, she turns 15 in 2 weeks.
Okay.
16 next year. Yeah, which means I'll have somebody to run these Toro cars for me to take some of the weight off. Right. I got somebody to help take the weight off my shoulders with Toro. And we got somebody to help with this Airbnb cleaning. But, you know, you two have, you have an older kid and a younger.
Younger.
Is it one or two? Two older. One or two?
No, one older. 1 12.
12.
Which is still a little challenge, but not that bad. Like
Right. She can wipe.
But see, I started when she was 12. So I have his own challenges.
I got you.
Now I got a freaking 4-year-old.
See, you got a 4-year-old. You got what? A 2-year-old? 1-year-old? 2-year-old. So I know there's gotta be some challenges with that.
I want to hear about the 2-year-old with it.
Yeah. Tell us about this. No, wait. Let's say the 2-year-old first. Let's go to 1-year-old and go to 2-year-old lad. I mean, 4-year-old. Okay. Tell us about this 4-year-old.
Okay, so he's 3, about to be 4, August 21st. Shout out to all the Leos in the building. The thing about it is that it's funny because I can talk about a story literally happened last night. So every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m., I have to do a class with my students. We bring on about 80-something students every single Wednesday, 8:30 p.m., right? So I have my son with me. Because his mom is planning a big event. She's an entrepreneur too. So that in itself is another challenge. When you have 2 entrepreneurs, man, it's a struggle. I kind of almost wish she was still just work the job. I'm just joking, Jess. If you're watching this, I love your entrepreneur. I'm just joking. But anyways, so I have my son with me, and it's 7:45. Now, my son's, the way his mindset is he looks outside and says, Dad, the moon isn't up yet. It's not time to go to bed. That's how he views his bedtime. Until it's dark and the moon is up, that's what his bedtime is. Right. It's still light outside. I'm like, yo, it's 7:45. I'm about to do I got 45 minutes for me to do this freaking call. I got to do it at 8:30. So I'm like, shoot, I'm like, man, I got to literally put him in the bath. I don't got no melatonin on me, so I can't make him go to sleep.
Benadryl.
Okay, Benadryl.
I'm playing. We joking.
So I'm like, man, I got to give him a bath and then put him in the bed to go to sleep, hopefully, right? Before 8:30. So I gave him a bath. I started at 7:45, put him in the bath, fed him whatever he watched TV, put him in bed, and then got him out of bed at got him out of bath for about 8:10-ish, put his, night clothes on, put him in the bed. Things was okay. Then I started my call. I'm on my call. Daddy, I want apple juice. Really? Cameron, go to sleep. So now I gotta tell my audience, give me a moment. Just one moment. I pause the Zoom call, and then I head over to the refrigerator to get some apple juice for him. These are the struggles that I have. Is that I'm on the call and he's like crying for apple juice while I'm in the middle of my country. You know what I'm saying? So these are the struggles I have. But we work through it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
What about you, Mr. 2?
It's a struggle, but it's fun at the same time. Like I said earlier, my son came to my house straight from the hospital. His mom is still around. She does do her part. So I work throughout the day. My son goes to daycare. I pick him up from daycare, come home, we hang out, feed him, bathe him, get him ready for bed. And that's pretty much our daily thing. The challenges are trying to, so once he goes to bed, that's kind of like, all right, my time to work. Mm-hmm. So like last night, I got an example from last night. So I'm in here working on my course actually. And then I hear him wake up. He start whining. I'm like, dang. Usually he sleeps through the night. His bedtime is 8 o'clock. I wake him up in the morning.
Oh, that's good.
I get up at 5. But I wake him up. So he sleeps
I hope
through the
you're
night.
not waking up at 5.
Every night. Yeah, I wake him up at 5.
This guy, you hear this guy?
Gotta start him early. Daddy gotta work.
Slavery 20.
That's what I was thinking too.
So, but he always sleeps through the night. Last night, he woke up and he wouldn't go back to sleep. Because I sat here, I was like, all right, he wouldn't go back to sleep. Nah. So I go get him, take him in my room, lay him down, I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I put him on a pot first. Potty training, another challenge.
Yeah.
So lay him down, and he just acted like he did not want to go to sleep. Mind you, I'm thinking in my head, like, I gotta get back to, I got some stuff I'm in the middle of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My brain running, I gotta get these ideas out.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't go to sleep. We both ended up passing out.
It'd be like that, though.
Woke up, lights still on. Damn. Ideas out my head.
Yeah, can't even remember.
But I mean, they do require a lot of attention, especially at that age.
Yeah.
He's like my shadow.
Yeah.
If I leave the room, he right behind me. But at the same time, it's fun. It's fun, and I enjoy seeing him develop and kind of develop his own personality and learn different things. Like it's another thing last night. We're downstairs. He'll grab your hand and take you and kind of push you to what he wants. So he pulled me to the steps. So, all right, we're walking up the steps. We get up the steps. He leads me to the bathroom. He goes to the pot.
That's a win, bro.
Right.
That's a win right there.
Hey,
Definitely a win.
that was a proud father moment.
Absolutely.
So just like being able to see things like that and knowing that I did that.
Right.
It's a dope feeling.
That's dope.
So I mean, I think it's still a beautiful thing to have kids. It is a challenge as an entrepreneur.
Listen, man, shout out to all of us, man, as fathers. Fathers and entrepreneurs. We got to pour up a drink real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's not a lot of father entrepreneurs. And, there's a lot of women get celebrated, but we got to celebrate ourselves on this podcast, man. Shout out to all the fathers, man, that's watching us today, man.
Absolutely. Keep doing your thing, man.
Not easy, man. We're not always celebrated, but at the end of the day, man, we got a hard-working job just like everybody else.
Gotta get it done.
Gotta get it done, right?
It's our future.
It's our future, absolutely. So listen, we got a lot more episodes coming. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things. We're going to talk about the different industries that we're in, different pros and cons of being in these industries and these niches. We're going to talk about relationships, right? Relationships, dating as an entrepreneur.
Ladies, can you handle what comes with dating an entrepreneur? Think about that. Put a pin there. We coming back to it.
We coming back to it, right? So we got more coming. I appreciate y'all tuning in to the show. Thanks for watching Triple Threat Podcast, and we will see you on the next one.
On the next one,
For the rainy days to help wash my pain away. Now I don't make a payment late. New estate got my name on the gate. This what my granny call amazing grace.